Well, sadly, the term comprehensive has become a catchword for amnesty, another round of amnesty to repeat the terrible disaster that we did in '86, which was one of the major factors and made the largest influx of illegal immigration in the history of the country. So sadly, we're talking about how to repackage a failed system of the Kennedy-McCain bill and how to try to sell that now to the public based on the fact of the opportunity of the new political majority. Well, the moderate position is that there's very simple ways to be able to get to the real source of illegal immigration, and that's illegal employment. And my real focus is to, rather than chase the symptoms, things like the border activities, the raids on employees, that we should concentrate mostly on the source of the problem, that's the illegal employers. To require each employer to check on that the Social Security number and the name matches before hiring somebody. A very simple system that the federal government is using and even members of Congress are using today. And if Congress can use a system, it's simple enough for anybody. Well, I think it's bipartisan from the two extremes. I think there's a bipartisan agenda to maintain the rule of law, try to make sure that we enforce the laws that we have and not reward those who are breaking the laws. So on the flip side, you've got a coalition of both sides, Democrats or Republicans, who see individuals benefiting from breaking our immigration laws and wanting to continue to stimulate that illegal immigration by allowing a hidden constituency, be it business or be it labor or be it the immigrants themselves, for those who've broken the laws to continue to profiteer from it. So there's a very strong divide, and it doesn't necessarily follow party lines between those who want the law enforced and those who basically want to continue a concept of rewarding those who break the law. Right for immigration reform, if true immigration reform is the goal, if it is basically to institutionalize the profiteering from illegal immigration, I think there's going to be hell to be paid by the American people. A few years ago, there were those who thought it was an easy time to be able to push through amnesty under the guise of comprehensive immigration reform, and the American people responded in such a manner that Washington backed off. I think that they're misguided to think that the American people don't care about the rule of law or appropriate immigration policy. That attitude, I think, didn't change with the election. Neither presidential candidate announced that they were actually going to move amnesty. And I don't think when they unveil their proposal, it will be accepted, mostly because I think they're going to be forced by extremists, both in the right and the left, to have amnesty as a critical part of their so-called comprehensive package. Well, I think the biggest issue is, as a former lifeguard, I'm probably the only member of Congress, or one of the few, that have actually rescued illegals crossing the border, recovered their bodies when they didn't make it. I've seen them slaughtered on the highways of San Diego. So the human cost is one thing that I witnessed personally. More people have died every year trying to come into this country illegally since the last amnesty than all the people killed at the Oklahoma explosion. Every year that we've lost that, and there's been no outcry about the human cost at the border. Flip side is that I was chairman of a county of 3 million. I saw the financial impact of the billions of dollars that go into providing services to people and their families that are here illegally without any real accounting on it. And I've seen that everything from our hospitals to our schools to our criminal justice system, which is filled up with criminal illegals that continue to prey on the community. And even the legal immigration community really bears a disproportionate share of the burden of illegal immigration. And as a son of a legal immigrant, I think that's one thing that's not talked about enough, is that it's fine for the rich and powerful to get cheap labor by exploiting illegals, but for the working class and people in the communities of color, they bear a disproportionate burden of that cheap labor for the wealthy person, and to a point to where they should be the ones who are crying out the loudest about illegal immigration.